Hi guys, it's Haley
Annie.
and Sadie. And we're going to give you an update about our appointment we had yesterday. Didn't go quite as planned, but here we are. So we went in and they did a sonogram and blood work. And after she did the sonogram, she wanted to recount the measurements of the follicles. And then she gave us two options.
So the appointment was yesterday, Friday, and she was like, she didn't want to start the trigger yesterday because one follicle is like really big, like 20, like size 20, and the ones on the same side near it weren't that big. So she would like for them to grow a little more, and then the ones on the other side to grow a little more also. So didn't want to trigger yesterday. She said the earliest she would trigger would be today, Saturday, but she would prefer to trigger tomorrow on Sunday for possible retrieval on Tuesday. And but she said that there is a high risk that with waiting till trigger tomorrow that she could ovulate and has a potential of losing everything that we've worked for all the way till now. She just said if she did ovulate, she could go in there and try to salvage whatever's left. I guess how to say it. I don't know.
Yeah. And they would need to clean up fluid anyways.
Yeah.
So regardless, would go in Tuesday, whether I've ovulated or not.
So she's basically because of there's one large follicle, it bumped up the chance of her ovulating fairly highly, and which is bad if you know anything about stemming and IVF stuff and all like that. So because you don't want to lose everything, because then you have to start over from square one. So that would not be good.
On that note, this is our problem child. And then here are what some of the other follicles look like in comparison to the problem child, to give you an idea of how big it is compared to the others. So in the last video I told you that she had measured 9 follicles. At this point she said there's that one big one and then 8. If we triggered today and took them out Monday, there'd be 8 that we could potentially use and 8 that we would lose because they're not big enough. So at this point there's 16 in there. So if we go with option 2, give those 8 that aren't big enough yet time to mature, another day to mature, and hopefully be able to use some of them. So it's either option 1, only get 8 knowing that they're not, I don't know, we might not be able to use, some might not fertilize, some might not survive the freeze process, some might not have good genetics when we get the genetic testing done, and we might not be able to use them. So knowing that we could get a very small number and we might easily be back at square one, or we go with option 2 and risk it,
push it a little further,
but try to get more and hopefully have a better outcome, but knowing that I could ovulate and easily be back at square one. So I feel like whether you go through door 1 or door 2, we could unfortunately easily be back at square one. But so that was a hard decision. So we sat there for a little while and then we talked to the doctor, went in a room by ourselves and talked, and then went back into the doctor's office and met with her again. And I asked her, like, what are the odds of me ovulating if we take option 2? And of course she can't put a percentage on it, but she said if the odds were more in the favor of ovulating and not in my favor, then she wouldn't recommend it. So she's recommending doing it. And then I asked her, because she had IVF to have her kids too, so not only does she have the professional experience, but she also has personal experience, like she knows what I'm feeling. And I just asked her what she would do, and she would go with option 2. So we picked option 2. So we had to order more medicine, which was another $805. And when I was on the phone with the pharmacy, we had to get Saturday delivery. And the girl was talking to me about my order, and then she says, well, because it's Saturday delivery, we charge an extra $15. And I don't know why yesterday $15 was going to be like my breaking point. It was like $805. Sure, I can place that order. But when she told me it was going to be an extra $15 for delivery, forget it. I was about to lose it. I was like, I didn't plan on having to take this medicine for another day. And she was like, oh, honey, it's okay. None of us like taking injections. I'm so sorry that you have to do this to your body for another day. We will waive the charge for $15. I was like, thank you. So if you are watching this and you're from Integrity Pharmacy and you waived my $15 fee, you saved me from one more meltdown. And I thank you for that. I don't know why $15 was going to be my breaking point yesterday, but it was. I guess we all have a breaking point.
Yeah. That was it.
So now we go in Tuesday for what I hope is going to be an egg retrieval. But it's crazy to me that I'm going to go in Tuesday and they're going to put me under anesthesia and I'm not even going to know until I wake up. Did we get any eggs, or is it going to be sad news?
No. It'll go well. It'll do good. They'll get plenty.
At this point, I'm just praying that I don't ovulate. Because that literally puts us back at square one of swimming. Yeah. And that's crazy.
That would not be good.
I don't know how people afford this. They afford to do it multiple times. It's crazy.
So.
I was watching another couple's vlog, and they said, like, you hit bumps. And I think our first little bump that we hit was hearing, we had to do 3 to 5 freezes, and then, oh my gosh, we have to do 10 freezes. I think that was our first little bump. And then this one being our next. I was nervous about our appointment yesterday. I don't know why I was nervous about it, but I was thinking and hoping it was going to be an easy appointment. They would just tell us when to trigger, and we would get them taken out, and we weren't going to have to make any decisions. But yes, that was our second bump in this process, having to make that decision. Do you risk it or do you not? But I feel like each way is risking it. Yeah.
I think that was the roughest decision so far. Everything else has just been kind of a disappointment that we had to go through this and everything like that, but
yeah, that
was probably like the hardest decision, because it wasn't unexpected, but we weren't expecting it, in the way. So everything else is, a bummer. Okay, yeah, bummer. We have to go through this, but there's ways to still make a baby and still have a kid. So, okay, cool, there's a light. And this one is like, we could lose it if we make the wrong decision. Got it. So that was rough.
Mm-hmm. He did ask our doctor a very valid question.
So she overthinks some things sometimes, and
yep.
Especially with this, I know that she would stress about ovulating, everything, which I guess is natural to worry about it and everything like that. But I think you were going to overdo it. So I, not knowing about female ovulation cycles and stuff like that, I asked the doc if her stressing about this stuff could make her ovulate. Valid question for me. I don't know. Maybe it's a dumb question, but if that was true, if stress could make you ovulate, we were going to stim today. That way, she doesn't think about it all weekend and stress her body out. Doc was like, nope, stress can't induce ovulation, so don't worry about it. So that helped make the decision to do the trigger tomorrow. So
And then she also said,
she's going to worry.
She also said,
Well, I told her, I was like, okay, well, you're on bed rest all weekend then. Don't do anything, just lay there. And so the doc was like, don't worry, she can't pop a follicle. But either way, just chill out.
I feel like I have been very careful too with my stomach though, like making sure I don't bump into things. So, but it's good to know that I can't pop a follicle.
It's so small that yeah.
But that one did look really
kinda
big. It was
On
big.
the screen it looked big, but
Yeah.
in reality it's super tiny.
Yeah.
Just a little humor to the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll be hearing back from the nurse on Sunday to tell us what time to take my trigger shot, and then what time to be at the office for labs on Monday, and then what time to be,
At the retrieval place on Tuesday.
yeah. Which I guess they just can't plan it until Sunday night with the retrieval place. I don't know why we have to wait so long to get times, but I should be hearing by Sunday at 7 p.m. what time I need to trigger that night and next steps. One thing I did think that we had in our favor in all of this was in all of my testing, the HSG test, the blood work, all the ultrasounds, they said that I was completely healthy. At one point they even said I had a textbook perfect uterus and everything looked perfect. They didn't want to change anything in me. So I thought we had, my health, my reproductive health in our favor, and I just assumed I wasn't going to have any problems stemming because I was healthy. But this process has definitely taught me to not make any assumptions, because they did say for being a healthy 26-year-old, I did not produce follicles the way that they had wanted or thought that I would, which was a total bummer for me.
I mean, you're still healthy and you're producing follicles.
Yeah.
Just not as many as she thought you would at your age.
Yeah.
And being healthy. So,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with you. But
It's just taught us that in this
Yeah.
process you can't assume that just because you're healthy it's going to go exactly the way they have planned for you. You just don't know how your body's going to react, and they didn't do what they had hoped, but we have something to work with right now, as long as I don't ovulate.
no stress.
But stress can't make me ovulate, and I can't pop a follicle.
It's fine. So usually when they do the trigger shot, at least our doctor, they do the trigger shot, and then 35 hours later on, they go in and do the retrieval. She's going to push that to just 34 hours. Apparently that 1 hour difference can really help out and really...
Can be the difference in ovulating or not.
Yeah. They can get the retrieval done without her ovulating, I guess. The odds drop a little bit when they do the 34-hour window compared to the 35. It's crazy, just an hour, but so that's different. Hopefully that'll help.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. I feel like this is all a gamble, and we're gambling with money, and we're gambling with eggs, and we're gambling with time, and we're gambling with 1 hour.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, how do you make the right decision? It's crazy. So that's that. We will turn this back on Sunday. You probably won't be here, but I'll have some friends hanging out with me, keeping me busy, waiting for my 7 p.m. phone call. We'll turn it back on for the trigger shot and to give you the update on times and what Monday and Tuesday look like and how the rest of the weekend went.
So subscribe to our channel for her and not us. Somewhere down there, she'll put it down there, I guess.
For both of us.
She's always been wanting me to say that, so.
He said it.
There you go. I don't know why I'm playing with your hair tie.
We
Right.
will see you on Sunday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.